Hey guys, I'm wore out, tired, but I just got back from Abingdon, Virginia. Went down there and spent the day. Tapped into my new car money, but I had to get out of here after being snowed in for 2 or 3 days and stuff. And when I went down to Abingdon, I went to the William King Museum, and they had a whole a collection displayed of a guy named Shelton Drum. And I'm assuming this is the guy that owns the big huge comic shop in Charlotte, North Carolina, called Heroes Aren't Hard to Find. And I believe he's the organizer of Heroes Con, the Heroes Convention, right? And he's already announcing it for June 20th through the 22nd. I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically what it was is that, I can't remember, I kind of counted them, but I think it was anywhere between 60 to maybe 70 pieces of original art that he personally owns. The first piece of art that he bought, I think, was a Wally Wood page from the late 60s from, oh my god, what was it, Thunder Ages or something? That doesn't sound right. But anyway, but I got there and it was just very, very cool. I paid $5, got to walk in this little wing. When I first walked in, I was a little bit, felt like even though it was just $5 and an hour and 15-minute drive and stuff, I felt like was this worth it? But there was a whole second room. And that second room had Charles Vess art, Jack Kirby, Gil Kane, tons of Mike Zeck, Matt Wagner, Steve Ditko. Just amazing stuff, man. There was stuff from Frank Frazetta from 1952. And I could talk about it. They didn't want you to take pictures and stuff, but Wally Wood, Captain Action, 1968, issue 1, page 7. But anyway, there was original Wally Wood work. This is actual. Here's a whole page displaying everybody's work that he owns. A page of their work, comic book covers. It was kind of cool to see how some of those Mike Mignola. It had an original Mike Mignola piece. He had pieces that you've never seen before because they were done for Heroes Convention. Like he'll get an artist to do the picture for that year. You get what I'm saying, for all the material to be put out. And one of the coolest things I saw is that he had some jam pieces, and he had that was done for him by the people who come to the convention. Adam Hughes, Jeff Smith, and 3 or 4 more artists got together and did this amazing page of Bone. Like it was like a mini poster. Each one did a character. I think Adam Hughes did Thorn, and Jeff Smith was on it and stuff. But the one that got me was there was this original page poster that was done, and it was done by Nick Cardy, George Perez, and Dan Jurgens at the time, from like 96, I think. And it was 3 groups of the Teen Titans put together. It was the Nick Cardy Teen Titans, the originals, Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Wonder Girl. And then it went down the side and it was George Perez's Titans with Raven and Starfire and Robin and all them. And then over here on the side was Dan Jurgens with a bunch of whoever, those Titans. But it was really cool to see all those jam pieces that you never saw before. But some other stuff that they had there is like here's a Flash Gordon strip, newspaper strip from 1960 by Macra Boy, and I feel bad because I've never heard of Macra Boy, but they had that original art. And then they had he had a bunch of pieces of Ditko's Spider-Man. And he has some Gil Kane Spider-Man pages and original pages, the original covers. He had, this was like a commission that Bernie Wrightson, I guess, did for him with Scott Hampton of Frankenstein. And it was done in watercolor. And here's like, Mike Zeck covers. He had the cover with Deathlock on it. It might be in this book. That original page. Then you had this original page of a Ringo doing Spider-Man. And let me tell you something. When I got in there and saw Ringo's work, that guy was super tight. I mean, his stuff was tight. There wasn't a line. Every line was, there wasn't a flaw in that art. Not one bit. I mean, they were perfectly straight lines, or they were perfect. Ringo's work, seeing it before it's published, seeing it on the actual Bristol board page was just just wow. I mean, I was just unbelievable. This does not do justice to seeing this page in person. The detail that's in it. I mean, I always liked his work, you know, starting on the Flash and stuff. But and then he had like some Tim Sale stuff that he did. This was an ink and gray wash of Mary Jane and them, and Valeria by Bill Sienkiewicz, because he already had stuff. He's already got stuff announcing the you know, the next comic book heroes convention. Okay. And while I was there in town, I went by and I actually just went in for some bags and boards. I've been selling some of the stuff on eBay. I need some bags and boards just to get some of this stuff out. I still have a package to send to Captain Strangelove. I'm behind because of all the snow we've had, so I hope to get those out by Monday. You know, but I stopped in and they had 90% off their comics back issues. And just for everything came to like 30 cents or 40 cents. And then I've been in there for so long, even though I don't have the discount card, they gave me the blue card special for coming to this store, and it took an extra 3 cents to 5 cents off of everything. So I got a bunch of stuff, and like, you know, here's the receipts, and if you look real close, you should see everything being 30 cents to 40 cents. You know, for your naysayers there, if that showed up. So let's go through the bags here, now that you've indulged me. Oh, but a lot of this stuff I'm going to put on eBay. Actually, you know, mostly because of what I found. But you know, like I said, these are 90% off. You know, but here's a bunch of Zero issues: Batman Incorporated Zero, Legends of the Dark Knight Zero, Batwing Zero, Red Lantern Zero. Oh, well, Exo Man of War number 4 and numbers 5. I should have a huge chunk of Valiant. I got this because I love the cover. Daredevil number 10 by Mark Waid. Love that cover. So that's fine to keep. Hellboy number 1. I needed this one. I've got like 2, 3, and 4, 2 and 3, or whatever, however long this miniseries was. I need number 1. I got that. What do we got here? Oh yeah, I got some of these. These are showing up. Here's Superman, Batman number 29. I got these because they're Ethan Van Sciver art. Number 27. Yeah, Superman and Batman are in the bodies of Power Girl and Huntress. I left about 20 issues of this back there, even though they were 90% off. Number 28. There's more Ethan Van Sciver. Alright, here we go. Then I got a bunch of Avengers Invaders. Like I said, these are in little bags, so I gotta go through them. So I needed that one. Hopefully these are in some kind of order in the bags. Yeah. I ended up picking up these, a whole bunch of the all-new official handbook of the Marvel Universe. Going back to, what year was this? I think, well, I don't know. Anyway, but this was a 12-issue limited series, and here's number 7. Yeah, I don't know. The numbers are so tiny on these, but I collected these in the 80s with the official handbooks, and it's kind of cool to see them coming back, even though they're real different. And I think these are more like updates. There's no way that they have every character in these little books. So these were on sale. There's the one just for the Avengers. Yeah, there's more. That's a good way to get your trivia up. Reading the details and knowing, you know, what books to get. Oh, here we go. Some more Avengers Invaders. I love this because it's Alex Ross and Jim Krueger with Steven Sadowski. Steven Sadowski did the JSA when it first came out back in, oh my God, what was it, 2000, 2001? Might have been even 99. But I loved his work, man. He's kind of like a, you know, he's in the style of kind of like a Neil Adams, you know. But Alex Ross and Jim Krueger just did some really great stuff with Earth X. They wrote that and co-plotted it and stuff. So then they did this big series where the Invaders came to modern day Marvel Universe with the Avengers and made Bucky a badass, more or less, is what I remember. I've been piecing these together. Some more of these official handbooks. Get those together. I think that one's number 12. Taskmaster. Yeah. Yeah, still more. Yeah. Got this for $1. Okay, this is Brightest Day number 7 variant cover. It was originally $10. Got it for $1. I don't know what. See, this actually might have come up to 15 cents. This is Earth's Mightiest Avengers number 71/486, and this is the infamous issue. This is my second or third copy. Just because it cracks me up, but it has Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, like laying in bed, and she's talking to somebody, and there's little, you can hear somebody talking, and finally she looks up, and on her cleavage up walks a shrunken Hank Pym, walking up in between her cleavage, saying it's her turn. He's got like all chunky stuff on him. So it was Jeff Johns wrote this too, so that was cool to find. Yeah, this was cool. I don't know if I have this or not. I didn't want to take the chance, but back during the Sinestro War, they had Tales of the Sinestro Corps, and here's Superman Prime, who was the evil Superboy Prime. And then I got this just because it was on sale. Parallax, The Fall of Kyle Rayner, written by Ron Mars. So they let Ron Mars come in and do that. Got a Fatale number 5 to check out. And then I got this. This came to 60 cents. Batman Year 100, Paul Pope. This is number 3 or 4, so I think it was just kind of cool to find that. This is a thick prestige format series, so I had to grab that out in number 30 with Superman and Batman. So they got the bags pretty close. Alright. What we have here? Got a whole bunch of DC 52 action. Again, these were, but this is Grant Morrison stuff. Here's number 10. If I'm going to read these, if I don't like them, I'll put them on eBay. Number 9. Looks like it's Earth 23, where Sunshine Superman, and a pre-existing character, to let you guys know, apparently is president, and looks like Obama. Excuse me. Number 8 of action. These are all by Grant Morrison. Number 7, City in a Bottle. So it'll be interesting to see what's up with that. Yeah, number 6, Poisoned by Kryptonite. Number 5, looks like it retells the origin. Number 4, seems like I had a number 2 might pop up. Some more Zero issues. Alright. Earth 2 number 0, Superboy 0, Green Lantern Corps 0. I didn't bag these, the people did when I was paying for. Wonder Woman 0, Dark Knight 0, and Batman 0. And wouldn't you know, this is the one that's kind of beat up here, man. It's got some spine stress. I found it in the box like that, so that's exactly how the damage is. Last bag. Found a bunch of Batwoman. I think it was Ghost Critic praised this book. Somebody praised it. They left me a message or something somewhere. I can't remember, but here's number 13. This is J.H. Williams issues. Number 11. I mean, you really got to take in his art. You just can't flash that book. Okay. Oh, got some more upside down. Yep, number 10. Yeah. So these were 30 cents. Number 9. Number 3. Seems like I had a number 2. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things. Nope. Oh, number 15. Batwoman. Yeah, number 12. Oh, you got some Justice League. Number 15. A Bold New Era Begins. There's the big Shazam. Number 6. I think it's the last chapter of the first story arc of them coming together, and it's against Darkseid. Number 7. Oh, another action. Number 12. And another action. Number 11. Alright, that was today's haul, man. So thanks for sticking in. And if you're in Abingdon, Virginia, go by the William King Museum, spend $5 and see some great art. Another thing about that art, before I get out of here, is that they had artwork by Charles Vess in there. They had a page from his Sandman, and they had pages from his Spirits of the Earth graphic novel, or whatever it was back in the late 80s, of a Spider-Man story. And I remember reading it. I think he ended up in Ireland or something. But anyway, I don't know. But anyway, what got me is that when I met Charles Vess in the early 90s, and he had just moved to Abingdon. Got a farmhouse or something out there. And he said he was kind of cocky back then. I heard he's chilled out a whole lot. But he informed me that he was not a comic book artist. He was a fantasy illustrator. And that one issue of Spider-Man only got him a trip over to Ireland or wherever it was at, but it also paid for his house. Apparently he got paid really well to do that. But it amazed me that how over the years his life has kind of happened where his original artwork, he ended up moving to Abingdon, and then his original artwork ends up in the hands of a guy that lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is about 3 or 4 hours away from there. And it turns around and ends up in a museum in Abingdon where he's living 20 years later. You know, over 20 years. This kind of blows my mind. I like stuff in life when things kind of find their way back in a way. So I'm sure he's been there to look at all that stuff. Alright, anyway, catch you guys later.